Imagine waking up one morning and realizing that money is no longer the reason you get out of bed. Not because you hit the lottery, not because someone gave you an inheritance, but because you built a financial machine that pays you automatically. A machine that produces $5,000 every single month, whether you're awake, asleep, working, traveling, or just relaxing. This is the dream millions of people chase, but very few people know the exact math behind it. They don't know how much money they actually need invested, they don't know which index funds to choose, and they don't know how realistic or unrealistic this dream is. But the truth is, it's completely realistic. People are doing it every day. Some are in their 60s, some are in their 50s, and some even in their 30s and 40s. And many of them use one main strategy: investing in Fidelity index funds, funds like FXAIX, FSKAX, FZROX, and FNILX. These funds are simple, cheap, tax-efficient, and stable. They don't require you to be a stock-picking genius or a financial expert. You don't need to monitor charts or read balance sheets. You literally just buy, hold, and let time and compounding do the work. So in today's video, I'm going to break down the exact lowest amount of money you need invested in these Fidelity index funds to generate $5,000 every single month, for life. I'm going to walk you through the math, the logic, the real historical numbers, the actual returns, and multiple scenarios depending on the type of investor you are. I'll break it down in easy language, not in confusing textbook formulas that only rich people understand. I'll show beginners the basics, I'll show experienced investors the deeper numbers, and I'll show dreamers how this can actually happen for them. But before we calculate the magic number you need invested, let's talk about what Fidelity index funds actually are, because most people invest in things they don't understand. And the easiest way to lose money is by investing blindly. Fidelity has some of the most popular index funds in the world. The most famous is FXAIX, their S&P 500 index fund. This fund tracks the performance of the 500 biggest companies in America, companies like Apple, Amazon, Coca-Cola, Tesla, Google, Microsoft, JP Morgan, Visa, Nvidia, and so on. When you invest in FXAIX, you are literally becoming a shareholder in the most powerful companies in the world. And these companies don't just disappear. They grow, they innovate, they make profits, they expand, and they increase in value over time. That's why the S&P 500 has returned an average of 10% per year for almost 100 years. Then you have FSKAX, which tracks the total US stock market. Instead of just 500 companies, you get exposure to thousands: big companies, medium companies, small companies, growth companies, value companies, every corner of the stock market. It's broader than FXAIX, but very similar in performance. Then you have FZROX, a zero-fee index fund. You pay absolutely nothing to invest in it. Zero expense ratio. Fidelity created it to dominate the index fund market, and it worked. Millions of people use this fund because zero fee is hard to beat. And then there's FNILX, Fidelity's zero-fee S&P 500 fund. Again, no fee. These are perfect for long-term compounders. Now let's answer the big question. How much money do you need invested in funds like FXAIX or FSKAX to earn $5,000 per month, every month, for life? Most people massively overestimate this number. Some think you need $10 million. Some think you need $20 million. Some think it's impossible. But the answer is simple once you understand something called the 4% rule. The 4% rule is one of the most famous financial rules in investing. It came from the Trinity study, which was a research paper done by financial experts who studied the stock market for decades. They looked at every possible scenario: good markets, bad markets, crashes, recessions, wars, inflation, and they discovered that if someone withdraws 4% of their portfolio every year, the money statistically lasts for life. That means the growth of the portfolio replaces the amount you take out. So here's the math. If you want $5,000 per month, that's $60,000 per year. Now divide that by 0.04, because 4% of your total investment should equal your yearly spending. $60,000 divided by 0.04 equals $1,500,000. So the official number you need to retire and earn $5,000 a month is $1.5 million invested in Fidelity index funds. But here's where things get interesting. That number depends on your withdrawal method. If you want to withdraw only dividends, the number changes. If you combine dividends and growth, the number changes. If you want a more aggressive plan, the number changes. If you live outside expensive cities or in low-cost countries, the number changes. And I'll break down all these scenarios in a moment. But let's understand what this means in simple language. If you invest $1.5 million in FXAIX, and the market performs like it historically does, you can safely pull out $5,000 every month, adjust it for inflation every year, and still never run out of money. That's what the research shows. But let's be realistic. Not everyone watching this has $1.5 million sitting around. So let me break down the ladder of how much investment creates different monthly incomes. Let's talk real numbers so you can see where you stand and how far you are from your goal. If you invest $300,000, you can withdraw $1,000 per month. $600,000, you can withdraw $2,000 per month. $900,000, you can withdraw $3,000 per month. $1,200,000, you can withdraw $4,000 per month. $1,500,000, you can withdraw $5,000 per month. These numbers are not fantasy. They are not theory. This is how real people are retiring every day. They invest for 10, 20, 30 years, and then compound interest takes over. Compounding is the greatest force in finance. Albert Einstein called it the eighth wonder of the world. It's when your money starts making money, and then your money's money starts making money, and then your money's money starts making more money. FXAIX, FSKAX, and other Fidelity index funds grow over time because companies grow over time. Apple sells more products. Amazon delivers more orders. Google sells more ads. Tesla builds more cars. Coca-Cola sells more drinks. The market goes up, and your portfolio grows. Now let's go deeper into numbers. Because if you truly understand the real math behind long-term investing, you will realize how life-changing this is. Let's imagine you invest $500 every month into FXAIX. After 10 years, you'll have roughly $100,000. After 20 years, around $350,000. After 30 years, over $800,000. After 35 years, over $1.3 million. After 40 years, over $2 million. And that's just $500 a month. If you invest $1,000 a month, you hit $1.5 million in 28 years. If you invest $2,000 a month, you hit it in 20 to 22 years. If you invest $3,000 a month, you hit it in 16 to 18 years. If you invest $4,000 a month, you hit it in 14 to 15 years. This is why so many FIRE investors, financial independents, retire early, hit retirement before age 40. They invest aggressively, let compounding explode, and then retire on index fund withdrawals. But let's break down another important part, dividends. Because many people want to live off dividend income only, without selling shares. So let's see if that's possible. FXAIX pays a dividend yield of about 1.3% to 1.5%. That means if you invest $1.5 million, you'll get around $18,000 to $22,000 a year from dividends alone. That's around $1,500 a month. Not enough for $5,000 per month, right? So here's the trick. Most people who live off index funds use a combination of dividends plus withdrawal of portfolio gains. This is the safest, most stable way. You get $1,500 to $2,000 from dividends. And then you withdraw another $3,000 to $3,500 from your portfolio. The portfolio continues to grow because the stock market grows more than you withdraw. This is why the 4% rule works. Now let's talk about the question people always ask. What if the market crashes? Will I still be able to withdraw $5,000 a month? And the answer is yes, but with a strategy called safe withdrawal flexibility. This means during bad market years, you reduce your withdrawals by a small percentage, like 5 to 10%. And during good market years, you increase it. Over time, your portfolio still grows. But here's the exciting part. You might not need $1.5 million at all. Let me show you why. Let's say you're willing to combine index funds with higher yield dividend funds. For example, SCHD, one of the most popular dividend ETFs, yields around 3.5% to 4%. If you combine SCHD with FXAIX and FSKAX, your blended yield could rise to around 2% to 3%. At a 3% yield, to generate $60,000 a year in dividends, you would need $60,000 divided by 0.03 equals $2 million. That's dividend only. But if you do a hybrid approach, you could potentially use a mix of growth and dividends to reduce the required number. Now let's talk about lifestyle differences. Because this surprises people. Not everyone needs $5,000 a month to retire. Some people live comfortably on $3,000 a month. Some couples live comfortably on $4,000. Some single people live on $2,000. Some retirees live on $2,500 in low-cost cities or countries. If you are willing to retire internationally, for example in Portugal, Mexico, Thailand, Vietnam, Philippines, or Latin America, $5,000 a month is luxury money. Even $3,000 can give you a high quality of life. But let's bring it back to the Fidelity funds. Here's the full truth. Investing consistently in FXAIX, FSKAX, FZROX, and FNILX is one of the simplest, safest, and most reliable paths to financial independence. You don't need crypto, you don't need to trade options, you don't need to gamble on meme stocks, and you don't need to chase risky investments. You just need consistency, patience, discipline, and time. People underestimate what they can achieve in 10 years. People massively underestimate what they can achieve in 20 years. People have no idea what they can achieve in 30 years. Imagine you start investing now. Every month. No excuses. No skipping. No stopping. Imagine your money grows and compounds. Imagine your investments generate thousands every month. Imagine the day you look at your Fidelity account and see $1.5 million. That day is coming, if you stay committed. Because the difference between someone who makes it and someone who doesn't is not luck. It's consistency. That's all. One investor invests through every season: bull markets, bear markets, recessions, elections, inflation, interest rate changes. Another investor panics, stops investing, sells at the bottom, and misses out on gains. Which one do you want to be? And the best part? You don't have to start with a lot of money. You just need to start. $100 a month grows. $200 a month grows. $300 a month grows. And every raise, every side hustle, every extra dollar, invest it. Let your future self thank you. So to answer the original question one more time, clearly and simply. The lowest amount you need invested in Fidelity index funds to earn $5,000 a month is around $1,500,000. At that level, you can safely withdraw $60,000 per year forever. This is based on the 4% rule and historical market performance. But depending on your strategy, your risk level, your location, and your lifestyle, you may need more or less. The dream is real. People are living it. And if you start early, stay consistent, and keep investing, you can live it too.